would you say offensively stood out for you?
Offensively, outside of the obvious, Trey Benson put up huge numbers, but my game ball goes to Mycah Pittman, man. I love
Oh
that
yeah,
dude. Like he he hasn't shown up, in a big way on the stat sheet in a few games, but man, like that dude plays every play at 100%. He loves contact. He loves to block. I think he is one of these guys that really, leads by example, sets the tone, and he's a big reason why our wide receiver room has made such a big turnaround year over year. What about you? Who gets your game ball?
it would be like you said. It'd be easy to go with the obvious choice, Benson or Travis. What was Travis? 17 of 18 in the first half. Had one
Hmm.
ball hit the ground. Um,
I think he ended with two incompletions, so he still threw more touchdowns than incompletions.
which is crazy. Um, I think I'm going to go with you on Pittman. I actually, for those watching, we didn't talk about this ahead of time. Um, but I was just, like you said, not taking a play off. He stuck out to me just on some of the, and obviously it wasn't a game where it mattered as much, but just the little extra things he was doing on special teams.
Oh
Um,
man, that one punt return where he took like 7 or 8 big shots, and
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, he's been one of those kind of glue guys that we've been missing. He's not going to, obviously, with his size and all. He's not going to be the Johnny Wilson. I think we've or I've mentioned before. He kind of almost reminds me of like he's got a different build, but almost like a Kenny Shaw on that 2013 team. I remember one time I told you I kind of compared him. I thought he was going to be like a poor man's Percy Harvin. And in some ways, I think he's kind of lived up to that.
Hmm.
Um, and he's just going to do what's asked of him. And tonight he was big, and I like that. His first drive, wasn't it? That end around he had. I thought he was going to break it. Was that the second
Yeah.
drive?
No, I think it was his first drive.
Um,
But yeah, it's like on that big run I was talking about, the Benson, the second play. You know, Pittman's block on the outside is what makes that, like instead of like a 12 or 13 yard gain to the 25 yard gain. You know, it's like little detail stuff. It's like he does his job on every play, and yeah, he's been become one of my favorite players, even though he doesn't necessarily get the big highlight plays all the time. But I think he's been a key pickup for our team in the turnaround that we've had.
and one of the guys that once he came out of the portal and signed with Florida State was big, and I think you mentioned this, but big in recruiting a lot of these guys.
Hmm.
Norvell's given a lot of credit to him for getting Span there. He was high school teammates with Johnny. Big part
Yep.
of why Johnny came there, and big part of why a lot of people thought Burton, when he entered the portal, might come there. But some of the issues Burton's had, I'm kind of glad he didn't come. But
Yeah.
we don't need anybody hitting people and saying he was scared of people coming on the field after
Right.
games.